When Usopp first released in OP10, a lot of people had high hopes for it, but it was lukewarm at best. Now with OP11, is it better? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mobby here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this black and blue Usopp leader that came out in OP10. However, this is for OP11. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. I upload daily duels and deck profiles for different anime TCGs. Alright guys, here we go. Remember, OP11, if you want to see my previous deck profile, link down below. Let's talk about the game plan. With the ban of Moria, we're not really trying to revive as many characters. This time, it's all about swarming, and you don't even really go that far. It's more of a control board and just swarming, so let's talk about it in this video breakdown. If you just want to see the deck profile, I recommend pausing the video, heading on over to my website, mobbytcg.com. There you can get all the deck profiles and English translated proxies for free that I provide for you guys. So let's get started. Usopp, OP10, 5000 power, the black and blue leader, Dressrosa, and Straw Hat crew. The abilities are all of your Dressrosa characters on the board that cost 2 or more gain a cost of +1. So a 2 equals 3, a 7 equals 8. Your turn and the opponent's turn for effects. The second ability is on your opponent's turn once per turn. It can only be activated when one of your Dressrosa type characters is removed from the field by an effect or KO'd. Basically means any reason it's get removed from the field, even by like KO by battle. If you have 5 or less cards, you get to draw 1 card. So this deck's all about, once again, swarming, and it's okay if you counter out of stuff to get down to 5, because hopefully you can draw more cards and just get some extra benefits off of that. Let's talk about every single card, starting with this Rebecca from OP04. 1/2/1 on play, look at the top 3, grab a Dressrosa other than Rebecca, add it to your hand, then trash the rest. In this deck, there is 1 card that actually benefits off getting trash, getting lots of stuff in the trash. Otherwise, make sure you can grab your really early game stuff, such as your Kurita Coliseum for your early game. For your mid game, you want to grab your 4-cost Cavendishes, and for your late game, you want to grab your 7-cost Rebecca, your Luffy 7-drop, and your Kairos 7. So there you go. That's what you kind of want to see the most with these. Now, in OP10, there was a really good searcher that is very specific for Usopp, and I recommend putting this in. You don't have to put in 4 Rebeccas, but I kind of want to just grab everything I need, so that's why we have 2 searching cards in this deck. So Leo from OP10, 1/2/1. On play, you can rest your leader or one of your stage cards. Oh yeah, if you guys are interested, this is the full art version. I photoshopped this myself. Once again, link in the description to my website for that image. If your leader is Usopp, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, grab 2 Dressrosa cards other than Leo, so it can be a character, it can be an event, it can even be characters or events, or stages. Yeah, stages, that's what I wanted to talk about. Other than Leo, then add it to your hand, then place the rest in the bottom of your deck, then you get to trash 1 card from your hand. This is an extremely great, powerful ability to play on turn 1 of the game, because you can't attack with your leader. So if we're able to do it, nice. If you play it on turn 2 onwards, hopefully you have your Kurita Coliseum stage out that you could rest instead of your leader, but this is an insanely good ability. So Leo is very top in this deck. Next, we have the Kurita Coliseum, the stage from OP04. It costs 1, and if your leader has Dressrosa, your leader's Dressrosa, your Dressrosa characters can attack characters on the turn they are played, meaning pseudo rush, meaning legal characters only. So in this deck, you have no way of attacking active characters. I think 1 card might do that, but you can only attack characters that you can normally attack. So for example, if a character is rested, you can play a Dressrosa character and you can attack into it. You cannot attack the leader's face, and you cannot attack active unless you get an ability for it. This is a really good effect because you need it in order to activate a 4-drop Zoro effect, and of course the Leo effect when you don't want to rest your leader. So you want to find this on turn 1, even more than your searchers. If you find this on turn 1, I say you don't even mulligan, you grab this. So running 4 of these, because remember, even if you have 4, there's lots of ways you can trash it, like for example with this Leo, if you have extras. Next off, we have Ideo. Remember, the deck's running really pretty low for the most part, so you have a lot of tiny cards like this to help you go on the board, because you want to play more stuff in order to be pretty low and draw cards. So Ideo. OP04 221, it has blocker, and that's pretty much it. It's also a Dressrosa, so you can go ahead and search for it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to place on the field in order to protect your 4+ cost characters, which is going to be your game winning strategy. Next off, it's One-Legged Toy Soldier. This is going to be your first of the 2Ks. It's from OP05 202, so you can activate main to trash this character. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 costs during this turn. There's a couple of ways to use this. There's 2 really good cards that benefit off this, which is going to be your 4-drop Zoro and your 7-drop Kairos, which affects characters' costs. So this can stay on the field beforehand. If you plan on playing it next turn, your bouncing back cards and your bottom decking cards or whatever trashing, you want to play this on the turn before. So it's primarily going to stay in your hand, but it can be on the board if you want to do an advanced play in the future. Otherwise, it's a pretty good Dressrosa searching 2K card. Next off, we have Barto, which is one of your best cards in the deck because it is a blocker and a 2K from OP04, 3/3, and as mentioned, blocker 2K. Dressrosa, so it's nice and searchable. It can be grabbed from the graveyard with 1 card, and primarily it's going to be in your hand and as a pinch blocker if you needed to, but this is such a crazy good card. Now, Gum King Kong Gun. Guess what? We have one of these only. So, OP04, it costs 3. One of your Dressrosa characters gains 6,000 power. Then, if you have 15 or more cards in your trash, that card gains double attack. So, you pretty much want to combo this with only 1 card, as the best case scenario, which is the 7-drop Luffy. It's in here just for that, or if you need a 6,000 power attacking to end the game. So basically, the trigger here is draw 3 and trash 2. It's a card you're not going to be using often, but when you pull it off, it's really good. Now for your 4 costs, this is Frankie from OP10. 4/5/1, it has innate blocker. When KO'd, play up to one of your 3 or lower Dressrosa type characters from the trash. So a Barto is really good if you ended up using it as a 2K. And remember, you might want to counter out early because you can draw a card when you have 5 or less cards in your hand. So Bartos are really good to play because they're a blocker coming back up. One-Legged Toy Soldier is good for future-proofing some turns. Ideo is also a very great card, or you can go ahead and just play more of your Leos or Rebecca Searchers. This Frankie has a lot of great options for grabbing stuff from the trash. Now, time for everything here is going to be pretty much swarming the board and winning the game here. So this is Zoro from OP10, 4/6/0. So on play, you can rest up your Dressrosa leader or stages. As mentioned, you don't want to rest your Usopp at all. So hopefully by now, you have your Kurita Coliseum that you can rest. KO up to one of your opponent's 4 or lower characters. Great, very great effect. Then place the top 2 cards of your deck into your trash, which can help you out in some situations. This is another card that you can go ahead and combo with the only card in the deck that kind of lowers cost here, which is your One-Legged Toy Soldier, making it so you can KO a 7-drop character in the future. Great card, a really good attacker, and remember, every character that's 2 or higher that's Dressrosa is going to be +1 more cost. So if you play against a control deck, they're going to have to deal with a 5 cost instead of a 4 cost. Next up, we have Cavendish, one of the best cards in the deck. You want to play these ASAP as much as possible because they have Pseudo Rush and they have a when attacking. So from OP10, 4/6/0. When attacking once per turn, draw 2 and trash 1, giving you hand advantage, making you go ahead and trash other crap cards you have extra, maybe even more extra Zoros that you have. But if you see like 2 of these, 2 or 3 in your hand at once, don't worry. Play them whenever you can because you're most likely going to be able to rush a rested character and attack for 6. And even if they are too high up and you really need to sift through, you can still attack technically and just not hit anything. Like you can hit a 10,000 type character power, but you can still draw 2 and trash 1 for searching effects. So really good, one of your best cards of the deck. If you can keep this alive, you're going to get cards every single turn with a great attacker. And just like Zoro, the 4 will be a 5 cost on your opponent's turn, making it annoying to get rid of. Now for your last of the 2Ks of the deck, this is Sabo that came out in OP10, 452. If one of your characters other than Sabo with an original cost of 7 or lower would be removed from the board by an effect, you may return this character to your hand instead. To be honest, you're probably never going to be playing this or using the effect. It's here as a Dressrosa searching card. If you want, you can remove these and add in a little bit more aggression, but I have this in here because, once again, counter power is king when you can draw one extra card, usually on your opponent's turn. So that's why it's in here. Next off, we have our hard removal of the deck, Gum Red Rock from OP04. This is the, I think, PRBL1 alternate art. This is a 6 cost here. So activate main, place one character at the bottom of the owner's deck. Really powerful to use to remove, like, Gecko Mori is not here anymore, but you can move stuff like 9, like, you know, Shanks. You can move a lot of 9 cost characters, even that crazy Eustace kid, unless they get blocked by Tashigi, which is kind of crazy right now. But basically, the trigger here is place a character with 4 or less on the bottom of the deck. That is a really great trigger if you happen to pull it off. So good. Now, time for your 7 drops. This is Luffy from OP04, 770. This character can also attack active characters. So I mentioned this is one of the characters that can actually attack active characters. So this one highly benefits off of the Kurita Coliseum stage. You can attack characters the turn they are played. Boom. You can attack 7 into cards. And then the second effect here is you may return you may return 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in order to set this character as active. Then this character will not become active in your next refresh phase. So you can play this in a couple of different ways. You can go ahead and put it on the field and attack right away a rested or an active character, then end your turn. You can go ahead and attack, then refresh it and end your turn in order for it to not get stunned and your opponent can't attack into it normally. Or you can go ahead and attack into something, restand it, then attack again. But then once you attack again, it will be rested. I recommend trying to combo this Luffy as much as possible with this King Kong gun, because you're going to be able to attack active characters and rested characters. So maybe play him on the field, attack something, and maybe don't do anything. Maybe don't use this unless you have to, because you have potential next turn after that, 3. If you play this on turn 7 or 8, Dawn 8 or 7 or 8 Dawn, you're going to be able to use this next turn for a lot of Dawn. So you get 6,000 power on Luffy, 13,000, be able to attack multiple times, either double attack their life, etc. If you have the 15 more. To be honest, you don't have a crazy amount of discard, so you might not have the 15, but it's good for removing characters and then having your character on the field. Then your opponent will have to deal with, hey, do I want to remove this Luffy? It's rested. I don't know. But you're only running a run of these. I recommend, if you want to be, once again, more aggressive, the first card you're probably going to want to remove is maybe 2 Sabos. You can add in 1 more Luffy, 2 more Luffys, or a combination of another King Kong gun. But I recommend, experimenting with these Luffys because they're really good in this deck. Now, Kairos. This is from OP10, 790. On play, bounce back a 5 or lower to the owner's hand. Once again, combos with the Toy Soldier, making it so you can bounce back in 8 costs or less. And that's all. But remember, this is also Dressrosa, so you can go ahead and add, pseudo attack rested characters. So we're running 4 of these, and it becomes an 8 cost on your opponent's turn. Now, for the last card of the deck, it's going to be Rebecca. We're not running anything higher than a 7 cost in this deck because you want to go quick, fast, and swarm the board. For OP10, 741. On play, if there is a character with 8 or more, you get to draw 1 card. So basically, remember, every card on the field is going to be a +1. 2 or higher Dressrosa. So Rebecca counts as an 8 drop the turn that you play her. So you'll be able to draw a card from there. Even if you didn't have, for example, if you play the Rebecca leader, you won't be able to get the plus cost. She will become a 7 when you drop her. You won't draw a card. However, you can still use the rest of the effect, even if you didn't have an 8 cost on the field. But let's keep going. Reveal 2 Dressrosa characters with 7 or less, then other than Rebecca from your hand. Play 1 active and 1 rested if it has a cost of 4 or less. So basically, with here, you want to obviously reveal a 7 cost, and best case scenario, you want to reveal a 4 cost. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can go Kairos in order to remove something on them. So you play Rebecca, who is also pseudo Russia with 4,000, but whatever. You can play a Kairos, which is really good, bounce something back, attack at the same turn, or you can play some Luffys, which is attack active characters twice. So yeah, that's why you want multiple Luffys, just in case. It's up to you if you want to add it, but basically Rebecca is a counter, and it also lets you Once again, it replaces itself by drawing a card, and you get to summon 2 cards. Your 4 or less gets played rested. However, it's going to be super annoying on your opponent's turn. So you might, this is when you maybe want to play Sabo, because guess what? It's an original cost of 7. So even if this is an 8, this one's an 8, the Luffy's an 8, it'll be the original effect. So this is actually one of the only reasons you would play Sabo. It's not directly from your hand, but directly from an effect from your hand. Or you can play Cavendish if you know all of your stuff's gonna be safe and you want to attack again. Zoro is good for KOing something else, because you can Kairos to bounce a 5-drop, then you can Zoro to KO a 4 cost, so you can really clear the board that way. Other than that, Frankie will do something on the next turn, Barto, and the rest of it, you know how it goes. So that is the deck, and this is how we're going to be playing it. We tried out in OP10 using like Gecko Moria and the 4-cost Rebecca. It just seemed a little slow. This deck's not all about removing. It's about pseudo-rushing characters and being really sticky on the board. And I feel like this is the way that it should be played, and it's been working in my testing. So go ahead and try this deck out and let me know down below. Unfortunately, overall, Usopp doesn't have a lot of good matchups in OP10 and even in OP11. It's still a fun deck though if you get to play with other decks around this competitive level, and I think, you know, it has a place in the rogue decks. You can sometimes just get super lucky and win. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, Usopp. Remember, head on over to my website if you want to get my deck profiles and all of the English translated proxies and more. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.